Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Benna Rider. Today we're testing out the Yamaha XMAX 300 2023 model year, and unfortunately we don't have the TechMax version available here, so I cannot show you all the navigation and stuff like that. It has a new display here, but it's only a LC display with 4.3 inches, but nevertheless I will show it to you. The design from the outside looks basically like the TechMax, and so if you're interested. The front changed a little bit. You know, the head lights look like an X, and they're very proud of it, they say. And also the turn signals actually moved up to the place where they always should have been, up there, as you can see. It's pretty nice, and yeah, I think you can actually be seen better. It has 29 horsepower as before with the engine, everything, nothing has changed. It has a very big boot, and let's get to the controls and display and the storage space now. So on the left hand side we have the brake lever for the rear disc brake. We have a high beam, low beam switch and passing light switch here. We have the switch for the display here, reset and select. We have the turn signal switch here. We have the horn here. On the right hand side we have the throttle. We have the brake lever for the front disc brake. We have the emergency cutoff switch here, with also combined with a starter switch. We have the hazard light switch here, and that's everything on the right hand side. Since this version and also the older models is keyless go, we have a switch here in the middle for open and on and locking the handlebar and stuff like that. You can also open the left cubby hole and the seat from here. And that's everything about the middle console here. Let's get to the display now. So in the middle we have the display. It's a 4.3 inch LC display. We have all the indicator and control lights on the left and right hand side. In the middle we have the actual display, which is actually quite easily readable also in bright sunlight conditions here. I was a little bit amazed, but everything is fine. On top we have the RPM counter. On the right hand side on the top we have the clock. On the left hand side we have the fuel gauge. To the right or in the middle we have the speedometer. To the right we have the coolant temperature gauge. Underneath at the bottom we have the outside temperature, 32 degrees. On the right hand side we have the data field, which we can switch around with a switch here. We press the select button here. We have the odometer, we have the trip, we have trip time, we have trip oil, trip V-belt, and we have average fuel consumptions, actual fuel consumptions, we have the average speed, we have the battery voltage, we can change traction control on or off here, and that's everything for the display. About the storage space, on the left hand side we have a lockable compartment which can open with the button here. We have a 12-volt connection inside, so you can put an adapter if you want to use USB. The compartment is not that big, I mean as before, as the older XMAXs as well, but it is not as big as a Honda Forza. On the right hand side, the same size, no 12-volt connection, and the cubby hole is not lockable. So let's open up the seat here. Underneath the seat we have a lot of storage space, one of the biggest in the industry, along with the Honda Forza, which also has a lot of storage space underneath the seat. We can fit two full-faced helmets inside, on the left or in the front and in the rear. And we also have a courtesy light inside. About the helmets, I will put a photo on the screen for you so you can see how it fits. My helmet is a Shark, a Spartan size M, and it fits in the front and in the rear. So this is the Yamaha XMAX 300 and we'll take it out for a little spin. Let's go. Yeah, so we're back here on the scooter, and today I have the pleasure to introduce Pedro. He's with me here today on this test ride, and he just accompanying me a little bit here, and he actually rented a Piaggio MP3 400, and yeah, the perfect bike for traveling, and or the perfect scooter actually for traveling. And we'll just go back to the dealer now with the XMAX 300 here. So let's go. Yeah, the first thing that you notice when you get on the bike or the scooter, it feels very much like the old XMAX from 2022. Not much difference, to be honest. This is a regular version, it's not the TechMax version. The seat is a little bit cheaper and looks a little bit cheaper than the TechMax. TechMax also, I think the seat is actually more comfortable, because I had the 2022 model and the TechMax seat was very comfy. Here, unfortunately, we have the regular version. I cannot show you the two split display unit where you can actually have GPS or navigation in the display. This is the regular version. The regular version costs the 6,500 euro plus 300 on the street here in Spain, and the TechMax version basically costs 1,000 euro more, so quite a lot of money extra for display and some other things. I don't know if that's worth it or not, but that's for you to decide, definitely. Anyways, if I get the chance, I will also test ride the TechMax version if one of the other dealers has it in stock. This one, as I said, when you sit on it, basically the biggest difference, everything looks the same, but the biggest difference is the display. The dash is LCD 4.3 inch. Actually, it is very nice and easily visible. I don't have any complaints also in the sun, so everything is okay there. The leg room is, as with the older model, not that big. It reminds me of the older model and of the Honda Forza. They also basically have the same leg room here. Okay, 0 to 100. let's go. Stop. So the first thing that you notice at higher speeds, definitely the windscreen, which is not that great. I'm 175 and I get all the wind on my helmet. I think it is adjustable in 2 positions as before. It is in a lower position, you can put it in a higher position. But I owned an XMAX 300, but I put it in a higher position, which was maybe an inch higher. But still, that did not make any difference for me. So the wind protection on the XMAX, personally, I think is not really that great. Everything else, suspension, engine, everything is like the old XMAX, so I don't really have any complaints there. Anyways, today it seems to be very windy again, so I get the wind from all of the directions here, but still, as I said, the wind protection is not that great, and you can probably hear it in the microphone that it is very noisy here in my helmet now. That's the only problem that I have with this XMAX, that it's, although it is a travel scooter, Gran Turismo scooter, still it's not very comfortable. It's not very comfortable to go at higher speeds, like above 100. But oh well, what can you do? Other than that, pretty nice scooter. Nothing has really changed from the older version, the XMAX 300 2022. Display is different. Turn signals, lights actually moved up. And yeah, these are the obvious differences.